Welcome back to part 2 of the health and damage system in Unreal Engine 5. In this one we're going to add some med packs or first aid packs, and we're going to be able to pick them up and regen our health. So let's get started. Okay, so we're going to need a static mesh of a medkit. So I just downloaded one of Turbo Squid. You can go and look yourself, download a free asset. Obviously you can change this later, it's just a placeholder for now. So just drag it into the content browser. And what we need to do is create a blueprint class of this. So we're going to name this BP underscore medkit. Just like that. And what we're going to do is drag all 4 of these static meshes into the blueprint. So what we need to do first is open up the blueprint. And then we're going to press Control and Space. Bring up the content browser. Select all 4 of them. Don't worry about the materials. And just drag them onto the BP medkit self. Okay, now we have our static mesh, and what we're going to do with this, basically we're going to be using this in the map, and for this tutorial I want to make it so that when your player walks over it, it will destroy the actor and it will add 10 health, for example. Meaning, obviously when we damage ourselves with the fire, our health will go down to 50, and then when we walk over this, it will increase it by 10 every single time. So let's do that. So the first thing you need to do in terms of the BP underscore medkit is click add component, and we're going to add a sphere collision. Okay, so I'm just resizing the sphere right now because I can't really see it, and it needs to be a little bit bigger than the medkit, because what the player is going to do is we're going to be walking over the sphere, and once we overlap it, it's going to be firing off a line of code that will add a certain amount of health to your player, or whichever player walks over it. Okay, so that looks good. Now we need to add some functionality to this, so we need to go into the event graph. We're going to right click the sphere and add event, and it's going to be on component begin overlap. Now what we're going to do is we're going to check if the other actor has a tag. So we're going to go into the BP third person character and add this tag in a moment. So we're just going to search actor has tag, and then open up the BP third person character, go into the details, actor tags, and we're going to type something like BP third person character, or the name of your player, or just player, for example. So let's just add player in here, and it needs to be spelt the exact same, and it is case sensitive as well. So if you've got a capital P, make sure you put a capital P as well. Here we go. So I've just put player in exactly how I did it in the actor tag in the BP third person character. Now we're going to add a branch, connect all that up, and then out of other actor again, we are going to cast it to the BP third person character. Now out of true, just going to connect that. So if the actor has the tag that says player and it matches, it'll go true, and it'll cast it to the BP third person character, or whichever character you're using. Okay, so we're going to switch over to the BP third person character blueprint again, go into the event graph, and we're going to create a custom event, and you can name this whatever you want. I'm going to name it medpack, or medkit, or whatever you want, or added health, for example. And once we have that, we're going to be calling it in the BP medkit. But first we need to create the code, okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to get the current health of our character. Let's just remove this here. Let's compile first so we can add an input actually. Okay, sweet. So let's add the input, and it's going to be type integer. If you've got a float for your health, then just add a float. And I'm just going to rename this added health. So out of added health, we are going to add the current health with the added health. Okay, so what we need to do here, hold Alt and drag out of current health, and that'll set the current health. So the added value of added health plus current health equals our new current health. Okay, that looks good. Let's compile and save. And then what we need to do is out of the current health, we want to get a branch, because basically what we're going to do, we're going to add a condition, and this will tie in a little bit later. So we're going to get the current health by holding control and dragging out, and we're going to get a greater or equal to, and we're going to check if the current health is greater or equal to 100, and add that as a condition. Okay, so if that is true, we need to set it again, and we're going to set it to 100. Okay, sweet. So compile and save, and we're going to head back over to the BP medkit. So let's delete this, and we want to run the custom event. So we're just going to drag out of this and select the custom event that you created before. So I created one called medkit, and that's the code we've just been working on, and the added health is whatever you want to add, and the target is going to be the current character you're using. Okay, so once the player runs over it, I want it to destroy it because it looks better in game. So once we fire off this line of code and we add the 10 health, the medkit will be destroyed. And also what you can do as a little extra bit, these are completely optional, but this is what I want to do anyway. So you can add a sound. I haven't actually got a sound, so I'm just gonna leave it blank. And then out of play 2D sound, I am going to print string in the top left corner so we can debug it and check it's working. And I'm just going to type in added plus 10 health. Change the color to red, and I'm going to change the duration to like 5 seconds. Okay, so compile, let's play, and I haven't got a player start, so you won't have to do this, but I'm just going to add a player start. If you ever get this error where you're falling under the map, it means you haven't got a player start, or your player start is colliding with something. Okay, so let's walk in the fire. We'll lose 50 health, and then plus 10 health is added once we run up the medkit. It'll play a sound if you've got one, and it'll destroy the actor. So everything's working. But what I want to do is duplicate this a couple of times. So I'm gonna duplicate it 5 times. So we add 10 health at each time, and the fire takes off 50. So if we run into the fire, and run into it again, it'll kill us. But if we run into the fire and it takes 50 off us, we can go 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and then we're back to max HP, and it doesn't kill us because obviously we've healed up, and now it will kill us. So I'm also going to add a stamina system, which is a very, very similar system to this, and also a hunger system. So when time passes, you get more and more hungry, and then if you pick up a food item or a drink or whatever, it'll make your hunger go back up. So we're going to have like a full system working. So if you're interested in that, click the video in the top right, and I'll catch you later. Thanks for watching. Peace.